Apple just announced the newest iPhone 16 and 16 Pro. And is it the same? I'm here to tell you guys what you should do if you want to get the newest phone, some of the new features, and if it's worth it from going from the 15 to the 16. Before we get on into the video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Once we reach 7,000 subscribers, I will do a $100 giveaway. We're almost there, about 400 subscribers away. So just help a brother out. Let's get there, all right? So let's get on into the video. All right, so Apple had their event today, and it kind of was a letdown, if I'm being honest. Coming from a huge Apple fan, it just wasn't enough for me personally. A couple things they announced today. They did announce the new Series 10 watch, and they announced a new Ultra, but it wasn't a new Ultra. It was pretty much a new color for the Ultra Watch 2. And there might be some couple other features they added to it, but for the most part, they just added a new solid black color, which that's the one I do want to get. I did say they were going to come out with an all black one. They just didn't name it Watch 3, all right? So that was what they did for the watches. They did announce a new set of AirPods, and they announced the over-the-ear Air Pro. I don't even know what they're called. They come in multiple different colors and blah, 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 blah. Nothing really too major for the AirPods, in my opinion. And then comes the phones. So for the phones, they announced the new iPhone 16. The newest color is a turquoise, which if you see previous videos before, I did say that there would be turquoise as the color for the 16. One cool thing they did do was they dropped the price from $830 to $800, so it's no longer $830 anymore. And there is a new button added to that phone. All right, so that new button is going to be pretty much like the camera capture button. So it'll be like if you're holding your camera like this, you will click your right finger or right finger, and to take a picture with the camera. So pretty cool, unique, but nothing too crazy. Still has the aluminum back and everything. They have a pink, a purplish blue is what it looks like. And of course your black and white. Then finally for the Pro, we had the bump in the size, so they went up for the 6.3 and 6.9 for the Pro Max. They also announced the new color, which is the Desert Titanium. It almost kind of looks like just a regular gold iPhone, their version of gold at least. That is the new color with that one. And to be honest, with the Pro Max this year, besides the size being 6.9 and the battery being bigger because it's a bigger phone, they didn't give it an upgrade. They did give it the 256 storage standard, but it cost you $100 more, just like it would have cost you before when they didn't give you the 256. So nothing really of an upgrade with the Pro Max version, if I'm being completely honest. The Pro and the Pro Max, as you can see here, I'm going to go through the specs with you. They're really very similar. They didn't change much between the two phones. It's literally just the size of the battery on this Pro Max and the 6.9. The cameras are exactly the same. Everything is the same. There's nothing different between the two phones besides the size, if I'm being all the way honest. So unlike last year, 15 Pro and Pro Max, the Pro Max had a better camera with the zoom, and maybe a couple little things, but nothing too crazy, but they at least gave it the zoom. And they also introduced that 256 storage. This year, they still kept the 256 storage, but the Pro and Pro Max are exactly the same. You're only getting the Pro Max because of the size, and that is it. So all my Pro people that like the smaller phone, aka me, we're back in the game. We have the same camera, same setup, same everything as the Pro Max, all right? I will be getting the 16 Pro. If you want to get your hands on it early, for example, if you want that Desert Titanium color, you're probably going to want to pre-order this Friday coming up, the 13th. The phones will be announced, or the phones will be released the following week, like I said before, on the 20th. I do this every year, so trust me, I know pretty much how they're going to do it. And there is some promos out there coming out as well. If you want the 16 free, you have to trade in a phone. Now, the phone that they're going to give you $800 off for trade-in, I'm not sure. It could still be the iPhone 11. Otherwise, you'll need to trade in an iPhone 12. I would assume they're going to bump it to that instead of iPhone 11. And then for the Pro version to get $1,000 off, I would assume that you would have to trade in like at least a 12 Pro or maybe be on a specific plan. For example, with T-Mobile, as long as you're on a specific plan, like the next plan, for example, you can get $1,000 off with trade-in, or you might not even need trade-in. They'll just offer $1,000 off. Sometimes they do that. So look out for that. Only if you add a new line. And those will be available for pre-order starting this Friday from whichever carrier you have. And then the watches are available for pre-order at this time. So you can actually do those now on their website. I haven't seen it on a carrier's website yet, so maybe it'll just take a couple of days to update. But you can pre-order the 10 and the Ultra Watch 2 Black on their website right now. So I'm waiting for it to pop up on my carrier so I can do that. But that's really it. So that was the event for today. Pretty boring, nothing too exciting, nothing too crazy that I'm hyped up to get. They added some cinematic features to the camera, a couple of things that I will try out. Like right now I'm shooting in cinematic mode. I always use cinematic mode, but that's really it. Nothing too crazy besides the titanium, the desert titanium and the new turquoise color, all right, and the Series Watch 10. So that is all, guys. Scoofy here. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Invite your friends and family. If you want to get the new colors of the iPhone, you must pre-order the day of, which is this Friday, or you might even be able to get away with doing it on that Saturday or Sunday, okay? That being said, Scoofy here, and I'm out.